What's up, everybody? It's Big D. Sorry for the echo. I'm in my pretty clean kitchen that you guys just saw me working on that the kids tore up like a freaking tornado. I wanted to share with you guys something. I had a person, Toolhog10, who commented on my abstinence video that I did. Totally loved his comment because something resonated with me just recently, and I said, I've got to plug this content. I've got to let you guys hear it from me, how I really how I quit, okay? Really, this is the serious, like, all right, this is what it took, and I did it, and I, for real, like, it saved my life, and anyone who can do this can be clean and get clean and win their life back and have everything that their heart's desire has ever been. Now, I don't know if everybody has ever been able to commit like this. So I'm going to try and take you into the intricate details of what I'm going to express. Stick around. Hopefully you guys watch what I'm saying here because this is no bullshit. I also want to plug a prison channel. This guy right here is like the most raw footage I've ever heard. GP Penitentiary Life, Wes Watson. He comes out and he's telling you like it is. And he lets you know. You know, he's got that vibe, that energy. The dude is spiked off life. He's obviously hitting the gym. The dude is swole, probably related to some of my previous videos, but he says some deep, real stuff, and I want to tell you guys. He talks about, and I totally relate, that there cannot be growth apart from pain. There cannot be any way to really learn life lessons without a pain or a struggle. It's just part of us. And the way he expresses it is in prison terms. However, he talked about how they go on a food strike, right? He said 7-day food strike. One of his guys were starving. They wanted to eat. And he was like, if you eat, I'm going to have to hit you in the jaw. We're going to split your wig. You know, and he comes off so energetic. Now, I don't know the circumstances because I've never been to prison, but I can only imagine the level of survival the fittest you have to be at in order to be in there and actually survive and to be strong, you know? So he tells them, you're not eating. We might send you a soup at the end of the day or a piece of bread, but you're not eating till these 7 days are up. Once they're up, you will appreciate that bologna sandwich like anything you've ever had in your entire life. So he always says, if you take something away, you'll always grow and learn something new. Well, what do we want to take away? We want to take away heroin, or we want to take away alcohol, or we want to take away opioids, we want to take away cocaine, meth, whatever the drug may be. We want to take it away, okay, and we want to grow. It needs to be replaced by something, though. Something's going to fill that up in your life, and you have to replace it with good things. However, that bologna sandwich, I can only imagine after 7 days, tastes like heaven. Heaven in a piece of bread. Getting to my point, Toolhog10. Thank you for commenting. This is his comment on my addiction abstinence from drugs. Sorry. Addiction abstinence from drugs. And why, said, why did I quit cold turkey? Now, this is how, like, what I'm really about to tell you is how I did it. All right, that's the wife texting. Toolhog10, my thing was to tell a few people that I'm quitting. So I knew if I failed, I'd look like a weak bitch. And like my word was shit. And also really making up your mind that this is what you're doing and believe it 100%. We're going to talk about that. The rest is just going to battle for a few days without the cravings because you already decided that it's not even an option. It's doable no matter what. No matter what. No matter what. Now I'm going to tell you something. 90% of the battle of getting through the withdrawal and getting through the freaking being able to stay clean is in your head. 90%. Don't get me wrong, I know it feels like 100% of it's the detox. Everyone talks about, I'll just get through the withdrawals and I'll be done forever. There's more problems than just the fact that you're using drugs, and there's reasons behind the reasons that you're using them the way you're using them. That's why people like Betty Jo, she knows how to pop her Percocets and put them down when she needs to. She might be dependent because of the chemicals that she's had in her body for a long time for whatever reasons, but she never is snorting them up and abusing her drugs or anything like that. Betty Jo is not a drug addict, not like we are. So there's reasons why we go extreme and do what we do. I had to commit I'll take you into my mind. I was at that lady's house coming off heroin. While I was there, I remember the two wolves, the one that's bad wolf and the good wolf. The bad wolf wanted me to keep using it. Kept saying, just it's easier to keep going. It's easier to just keep using the drugs than it is to quit. The good wolf is saying, nah, hold on to a little bit of hope. There was something deep down that was saying, you can do this. You can do this. And I remember I was looking for something. I wanted to get out of this. I wanted to escape it. At the same time, I had that battle going on inside of me. And the fear of committing wholeheartedly is the fear of letting go. Really letting go is scary for us, okay? If you can do what I did, I'm telling you, you can stay clean. And I say commit. Go to a detox center. Go to a rehab. Go somewhere that can help you. A medical facility. Something. Now, this is what I did. I was at her house. I remember I needed to quit. But I didn't want to, but I did want to. And in my mind, I legitimately had a moment where I thought maybe the universe is talking to me. I was looking for things, like looking for signs from the universe. And I saw these things that seemed to be signs from the universe telling me, it's time. You need to get help. You need to do it. And I don't know if you can relate to me, but those signs come to us all the time. And while I was sitting there and I thought about this, I told myself, I committed. In my mind, I went to this place where I said, that's it. I'm going to do it. And I just gave myself that the only thing in my mind that I can do is that I have to do it. And when I finally surrendered to the fact that I only could get clean, that's the only option I have at this moment, there was a little bit of fear there, but I had to commit to it. And I told myself, that's it. I have no other choice but to get clean and stay clean. So I started going to meetings. I started getting involved. I action followed that commitment. And once I committed and I had that action, while I was doing the action, thoughts would come. Don't get me wrong. Early on, I had thoughts of using. I had thoughts of giving up. But my commitment was the bottom line. The absolute bottom line was, I'm staying clean no matter what. I'm going to push forward. I'm going to make it. I don't have a choice. I'm going to die. And I told myself that. One of you might be watching going, well, Derek, you weren't as bad off as I was. I'm really going to die. Well, then more reason to commit to that bottom line. However, I really believed that I was going to die because the lifestyle I was living was headed to death. And I just say that to say I had to believe it. I had to believe it. I had to make this thing in my mind happen and believe it and follow through with it and commit. Now let's go to my tobacco addiction. I was smoking cigarettes, at least a pack a day, and my wife found something on her lung. She came to me, she said, baby, I need you to quit. I need you to quit. I got something on my lung. And I told her, I said, sweetie, when we thought it was cancerous because we didn't know if it was benign or what it was, I said, all right, I'll try and quit. And so the way we started to try to commit was let's go and let's get these vapes. And I was ready. I didn't really want to quit, so I just wanted to get something different than smoking because it's healthier. So I go down there and I buy the vape. I get this vape and I realize I'm still sucking even with the vape. I mean, it was working a little, but it wasn't really doing what I wanted it to. Once again, I went to this place in my mind where I thought about this and I said, do I really want to deal with this in the future? And I don't know how I did it, but to each person, you have to find that place to commit. And I told myself, that's it. I'm going to not smoke cigarettes. And I gave myself no option that I cannot smoke anymore, period. And I did it. And I told myself, I have no choice but to not smoke. That was my own thing. Now, I'm not knocking smokers, okay? I'm just pointing out, that's how I committed. It sucked. So when the pain and the withdrawals or the suffering or the I'm depressed or I'm anxiety and all that stuff starts to happen, restless legs, you name it, at the bottom line, you don't have another option. You do what you have to do to survive. Survival of the fittest. It became instinct to me. I equated it in my mind to my instinct of survival. And I equate that to what I did today. Now I'm going to take you into what I did today. I kind of want to, I guess you'd say, I'm proud of myself for what I've been doing lately, everybody. And I'm going to kind of show you what I did. You saw the video where I briefly at the beginning where I cleaned, and I tried to fast forward it just so you could see how I cleaned my kitchen. I was over here eating on the table, but the view's beautiful. You know, the house, I've been cleaning up, got the kitchen looking right. I even did the dishes. Y'all didn't see that in the video. Now I got a mess of clothes I got to clean, right? Do I give up now? Well, no, this load just ended. So I can actually go ahead and start changing out the dryer and the washer. And you know what? Just to show you, I'm going to go ahead and commit to that right now. And I'm going to be recording it so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Alright guys, gals, so you saw me go ahead and do my laundry. Now I committed, I had action, I said, you know what, I'm going to do it. This is seriously how I quit heroin. Did I want to do it? No, but when you start to create a bottom line for yourself, you commit and therefore you want to do what you have to do. If that makes any sense. You create no other option in your mind. If I don't do it, no one will. I used to watch Dragon Ball Z all the time. I don't know if you guys have watched that, but in Dragon Ball Z, Goku was the main dude. And he always used to say stuff like, if I don't do it, no one will. To save mankind, to save the planet. Well, what about saving your own life? Anyway, I'm bragging about the cleaning that I did. I cleaned, I vacuumed. Some of this still needs work. I mean, you know, I've got cluster clothes over here in the corner. I did the plants down here. We had dead plants down here. I had to clean those out. I didn't want to do it. Now, I tell you that to say, they've been sitting here for a while in the house. This little plant area where the light shines through the ceiling down onto the plants. And while they were sitting here, I knew this was a mess. I had to sweep this area. I didn't want to do it because it's a pain in the ass. And it's a struggle. And while I was cleaning the kitchen, you guys saw me cleaning it, I knew that I was thinking about doing it, but I was wrestling. Good wolf, bad wolf. I was contemplating not doing it and just, it's not that big of a deal. I forced myself to do something that I didn't want to do. And while I did it and committed, I'm glad I did. And it's over with. I don't have to do it now. It's done. It's clean. So downstairs, we got a mess in the corner of clothes. I did their bathroom in here. I got my computer room, or my office, I guess you'd say. Vacuumed that really good. Yeah. Shoot, this toilet down here had shit all over it. That's little boys for you, you know. They don't care. It needed to be cleaned. So I had to bleach the hell out of the toilet. Bleach the hell out of the whole house. All the toilets. You should have seen their upstairs bathroom. Oh my gosh, man. Did I want to do it? No. Because then I got to bleach my hands after I stick my hand down in these toilets to clean it up. Carpet, vacuumed, bathroom. Didn't want to fucking do it. But I did it. I scrubbed everything. The toilet, the sink, the counters, you name it. Even got everything like put up in the drawers that I didn't want to mess with. I wanted to show you all that because that leads up to the fact, that leads up to the fact, when you commit, even when you're not wanting to do something, you might know you need to do it, but you're what's stopping you from telling yourself, you know what? Push yourself and say, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. This is why going to a facility is good, because they can encourage and push you to do these things too. You know, make it to where you have no options. That's what you have to either make that up. You really need to make the commitment in your mind, and I know you don't want to let go. We never want to let go. We're afraid of letting go. I know exactly that feeling, and I asked somebody, I'll leave unnamed, who wrote me just recently, and if you know who you are, you know who you are. And he was talking about how he's struggling with heroin, and I said, what's stopping you from, going into a detox center or rehab? And there was no response, but I think, I related to him, and I know he's hearing what I'm saying, but he didn't want to go into that too much. And so with that being said, I was thinking to myself, I said, look, dude, I know exactly what it's like to want things to be better, to be back to being clean, but I also know there's a commitment point that you have to make, and I guess when you're sick enough of it, you might want to try a little harder than you usually would. And even then, people don't understand, looking on the outside in, how difficult it is to commit like that inside of the addiction that we're in, when that very addiction is what gives you the satisfaction. So it's like quitting while in an abusive marriage or something, Yeah, the marriage might have its abusive moments, but there's good moments too. And you're telling me to leave my comfort zone, leave this abusive marriage or this abusive relationship to be single. I don't know what the other side, if the grass is greener. I don't know if it's nicer. This is why you need a community of people that you can get a hold of that can love you and be there to support you and to comfort you, let you know, trust me, you'll be better off. I promise you, you can do this. I don't know. That's my motivation for the day. You know what I'm saying? It really came down to absolute commitment, and that's how I made it through the withdrawal. It's still my bottom line on how I stay clean. However, you're not going to stay clean till new actions replace that. Look, I didn't want to clean as much as I did today in the house. I didn't want to, starting out. I knew I wanted to clean the kitchen because it was so bad. You guys saw it. I was so disgusted. I was pissed. So I started to clean. That's what boys will do. They make a mess. Started cleaning. Once I got started, I forced myself to act upon everything else. And it becomes habit and routine. And then once you commit, it's easy. See, it's hard at first trying to get to that point. Once you commit, easy. It becomes easy because there's no other choice. It is what it is. They did a research when I worked at T-Mobile. I was a store manager at T-Mobile. And I was always wrestling between which one's better, Samsung or iPhone. And I found out why iPhone for the longest only had black and white phones, whereas Samsung was coming out silver and blue and this and that and all these colors way before iPhone started dropping colors. And they had, you'd pick this or that if you're picking an Apple. There's like two different phones. The reason why is if you give people less options, they stress less and it's easier for them to decide. When you give them 10 different options, they don't know what to pick. It's difficult. It can be difficult. You only have one option. Get out. Commit. Survive. That's it. GP, the GP prison channel, penitentiary, Wes Watson, check him out. This dude is seriously intense. And Toolhog10, thank you for the comment, my friend. My thing was to tell a few people that I'm quitting, so I knew if I failed, I'd look like a weak bitch and like my word was shit. And also really making up your mind that this is what you're going to do and believe it with 100%. The rest is just going to battle for a few days without the cravings because you already decided that is not even an option. It's doable no matter what.